Hello, I'm Wayward. The game is Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath 1.03 Community Patch. The map, which we cannot seem to escape these days, is Tournament Odyssey. Yes, we are back once again on Tournament Odyssey. And the players, let's take a look at those. Moving out with a number of militant squads and an extra saboteur, there he is OneVISION, our pink nod player. Quite a large number of militant squads for early in the game. There's that sell-off of the Hand of Nod. And our yellow Scrin is Drive. So OneVISION versus Drive on Tournament Odyssey. Took me a long time to get all that out there. Yeah, OneVISION playing a little aggressively with all these militant squads and pushing out on the map with this saboteur. Could be coming for this defensive tower, could be trying a little bit of a rush here. Those militant squads just walking right through the Tiberium because, of course, they will. Let's see. Looks like they are going to get that buzzer before they die. And, yep, that is the capture of the defensive tower. Both players, of course, have their Tiberium spikes captured. Drive has not yet sold off his portal. Not sure if that's just a delay or if that is an actual tactic. Looks like a little bit delayed on that second reactor there. Pretty early move out for our nod player for Mr. OneVISION. That is a really far distance. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. And there's the drone platform as well for Mr. Drive, coming out with a more standard, I would say, standard distance there. But yeah, I'm interested to see if anything comes of that. There's the move. Looks like he needed some extra power plants, possibly. Early Scorpion tank, actually, for OneVISION. There is a portal. Looks like Drive did end up selling off that other portal. We do have gun walkers to handle this infantry. I think there was a scout up here with the buzzers. Saw it on the mini-map. Descents coming out to handle the Scorpion tank, but we do have the militant squad here as well. Now, with this many squads of Descents, I think they might actually be able to take out the militants. Although the Gunwalker decides that it's his job to just come out and do that. We have a Raider Buggy as well to help put the hurt on these Descents, and the Photon Cannon is going to make short work of that Raider Buggy, of course. Couple of Seekers out making bit of combat, making a bit of combat. That's how people say that, right? Having a little bit of a fight with the Scorpions. The Raider Buggies and Scorpions do take out those Seekers fairly easily. Now, this is leaving the harvesting for Drive fairly exposed. There are Seekers here and more on the way, but not a great position for our Scrin player. There's actually a lot of harvesters on the field already for Drive. He knows what he's about. Coming out with a nerve center. Looks like there's a bit of an opportunity for me to take a look at Drive. Drive has finally moved that construction yard up to where it needs to be. A second war factory out, probably to help speed up harvester production. A lot of power plants on the field right now for OneVISION. No tech as of yet. He's spending a lot of his resources on units, where Drive is going for tech. The first Storm Riders come out of the gravity stabilizer. We'll have to see what happens with Drive's air strategy. There's a support power coming down there, potentially. I see you, strange green column of smoke. But yeah, we've got a pretty big ground army at the moment for OneVISION. I was going to say that tower hasn't come into play, but it's actually gone. Storm Riders taking some pot shots at these ground forces. The Raider buggies can actually attack them. We have a lightning spike coming down. We have Seekers with attenuated force fields up. We have some nasty economic damage coming down on our harvesters. That's at least 2 killed right now. The third is okay. We have a flame tank, but it definitely was scouted there. It's like we had the phasing going on, saving that Seeker. It's kind of strange. That flame tank is not going to make anything happen. It is actually it is saved by the Raider buggies at the last second. So well played, OneVISION. But yeah, a fair bit of economic damage here. The Seeker actually does see the MCV moving out, so and it does see the operations center as well. So that's actually a pretty good scout there for Drive. Meanwhile, we have a bit of an attempt at an attack here. The tripod is on the field. It's going to be able to take out these Raider buggies, especially with the assistance of the Warp Sphere. But that is a tremendous number of Dozer-equipped Scorpions. They are... Oh my god, they're stasis. Meanwhile, this little ground army is going to come out and help clean up the Nod forces. So bad attack there for OneVISION. Yeah, I can see the dozer on them. They do have the dozers. Tripods stomping on some of those tanks that failed to get out in time. So that is OneVISION's attack, very much curbed, and Drive is in a pretty good spot right now. He's got about half this field left. The drone platform is moving out a little slower than OneVISION. However, OneVISION is in a bit of a weird spot. I think he's on 3 war factories now. Indeed, he is. But yeah, we do have the operations center. We do have the dozer blades, which will help a little bit. But that tech disparity is got to be making OneVISION a little unhappy with his current state of readiness for the next phase of the battle. Meanwhile, we have some infantry coming out. That's not going to do too much, although Drive does turn back around as this tank force comes out to try to defend. So yeah, Drive's pulling back to the protection of his warp sphere and tripod. Let's see, where is... So we have probably force field generators coming out from the technology assembler. Flame tank not going to get an angle there. Drive aggressively selling off everything he doesn't actively need. Looks like we're going to get some harvesting on this as well. Flame tank trying to find an angle, also losing out there. Big bummer for OneVISION. Little bummer, I guess. OneVISION committing to the Scorpions for now. The numbers are good, but yeah, we've got the force fields up for the tripod, so a fully force fielded Scrin force. Interesting. It was a reactor, actually. Those flame tanks are not getting anything done at all. Meanwhile, we have militant rocket squads coming out. I imagine the shrine is... No infantry upgrades yet. Don't see anything yet. We do have Tier 3 Tech Lab coming out for OneVISION. I think that is going to serve him well. OneVISION continuing to try to find an angle to do some economic harassment. The decoy army immediately evaporates. That was not a great use of it, unfortunately. Those tripods are not going to be able to stop this by any stretch of the imagination, but they might hold things off long enough. Have a little bit of a run-by up here from OneVISION, actually, so his army is very much out of position. There's the secret shrine, getting probably Confessor Cabals or Tiberium Infusion, or both. Looks like we have the Tiberium Infusion already. So successful harassment actually here for OneVISION, pulling back with a decent portion of that tank ball intact. This harass was actually not terrible for Drive. I think he managed to kill a couple of no, he drove the harvesters off. Didn't kill too many, if any, but did manage to draw off, which is a plus. Do we have confessors? Yeah, we've got confessors in there. So some nod infantry shenanigans coming out. Always like to see that. Lightning spike, wayward storm column up here, helping the defense of this harvesting operation. Drive definitely behind a little bit. But yeah, this maintenance harvesting is being cleaned up by the Confessor Cabal Tiberium-infused infantry. So that's actually a good spot for OneVISION to be in right now. Militan's not going to be able to do too much, and the Buster Swarm, I think, eventually is going to take them out. And the second Buster Swarm makes that all but assured. Actually, we have a Mechapede on the field. Not something I see too often. Drive being a bit spicy, trying to make that viable. Meanwhile, while I'm looking at a single Mechapede segment, we have some harass going on over here. Tooth for tooth, eye for eye. Drive taking out this maintenance harvesting for OneVISION. I'm not entirely sure. I seem to have... No, there's the tank ball. It is much reduced now. Storm column definitely helping. We have the gravity stabilizer out again. Don't think we have tier 4. So I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to see packs. We'll have to keep an eye on this. Maybe it's just going to be more Storm Riders to pick away at the Scorpions. Tiberium Spikes being taken out. That's another income hit. We actually have 3 Mechapedes for Drive right now. That is a major investment for our Scrin player. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, the Mechapede is a risky proposition right now. Actually, Drive moving down with his MCV to maintenance harvest. I'm sorry. I must have switched talking about players at some point. This is not Drive. This is OneVISION. Jeez, how long have I been doing that? We actually have some avatars out for OneVISION. Looks like OneVISION is keeping up his production, keeping up his everything, doing a pretty good job with all of that. An obelisk here for defense. Mechapedes coming out trying to be annoying. Looks like it's all anti-vehicle segments, so these harvesters are not going to live too long. Now, the Mechapede is it's a lot of damage. Now I actually have some of those Seeker shots as well. Mechapedes in a weird position, making their heads very, very vulnerable. One immediately taken out, another one dangerously low. Oh my god, 2 Mechapedes, 2 upgraded Mechapedes taken out. This one I think will be able to escape from those Scorpions, but that was a massive investment. Meanwhile, we have more picking by OneVISION. Okay, so we do have Devastator warships. It's one of my favorite units in the game. So I'm not entirely sure, to be completely honest, how viable they are. Oh no, the technology assembler going down. Devastator can't do too much at the moment. Oh my god, we've got a disruption tower that has to be attacked into as well, which is not great for Drive to have to do. Meanwhile, those tanks on the back lines taking out that 3rd Mechapede segment, and more harvesters going down. What I like to call the tail of the mini-map does not apply as much to Command & Conquer 3, where you kind of have the players are aggressively selling off things behind themselves, but Drive is really hemmed into a small corner of the map right now. OneVISION actually has 1 Tiberium Spike, and Drive has captured the other one from him. Looks like there might have been a defensive stasis used there. Everything was pink. I'm not sure if that was the stasis field dropping or if I missed something else happening. This army is being cleaned up, but that's just, there's a bunch of avatars and militant rocket squads over here, and the tech is gone for Drive, and this remaining stuff is being picked off. There's not a lot of stuff left at this point for Drive, and he's getting kind of close to being mined out. I don't even know if he has the ability to produce ground units at this point. There's the warp sphere, but it's not long for this world. There's a sell-off there, partial recoup. But the only thing he's able to produce right now, and he's not, by the way, is air units. So the Devastator warships are able to do a little bit of damage to those avatars, but they are very vulnerable to the militant rocket squads, of which there are a definite crap ton right now. This is looking pretty grim for our Scrin player, as just more and more infantry and vehicles, and now even air units coming out for our Nod player. OneVISION is in a really dominating position at this point. That shield is still holding. No, get those Devastators out of there. They can't help you right now. Oh gosh. Venom's even being used to continue to deal damage to the Devastators. This one is not long for the world at this point. Buzzers exploding. We have some Devourer tanks out, but I'm not sure how much that's going to help at this point. I do like seeing the Devourer tank. I think it's a great unit. Not my favorite visual design, but I do like them in general. This is the last stand for drive right here. This will probably be the shot that I use for the thumbnail. This last stand for drive. Devastator warship going down. Actually, got some BM turrets going down from the MCV. This is a fight to the finish, but this is, I'm pretty sure, the finish. Drive selling off everything. That is all she wrote. So really well played by OneVISION. Really fun match. A little one-sided there at the end. So, you know, you always like to see those kind of close finishes.